excited to see the iPhone announcement and a little disappointed in hearing the talk about how restrictive it would be on allowing third-party applications to run. It's something that concerns smaller software developers, smaller ISVs. And when the carriers take more control over, what customers can put onto their devices, it can raise a bigger barrier for small companies like us in providing applications. Palm does have programs for developers, and they've done better at times and haven't done well at times as far as keeping developers aware of what new devices will be released and make sure that developers have a chance to see that their applications will be compatible with those devices. I haven't heard anything about the new device that's coming out or this new product line. So, that could be a case where very little about it and then are scrambling to see if our applications are compatible with it, if it at all has a Palm OS type layer on it for our applications. But they've done well at times, and other times they haven't done so well in making us aware of new devices. Sure. You always want to see what your customers, how they're using the product, and what types of features would make it more useful to them. Sometimes developers will come up with a product and expect it to be sold into a certain market and used a certain way, and then they discover that there's this other group of people who purchase the product and are using it in some different way. And sometimes developers fight that when actually they should embrace it. That here's a group of people who have found a good way to use your product, and by providing certain features, you can make it even more useful to them. It's worked out really well with the GTD community, and excited when we see the ways that they're able to use the product and extend it with different types of templates, and they're sharing of that information between each other, and exciting to watch that. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? No, it's been very exciting working in the area. It certainly hasn't been something that makes us all rich. It has, like you said, it has paid the bills. We've made it it's a full-time occupation. But we continue to do other things too. We'll get requests for consulting to develop a custom application. So we'll do that type of work also. And there's also, you can also see, shifting market. At one time, the applications by themselves were, very popular and, on an increasing market share, increasing market. And now you can see that things are shifting over more toward smartphones. So, like a lot of developers, we're following that that shift, make sure that we keep an income stream that we need to keep our business going. Also, and there's a Brain Forest and Thought Manager. There was a freeware. I think there's still a freeware product called Project. So there are a number of different outliners, and it's always been very beneficial to have different competitors, because you see an exchange of ideas, and people keep improving their products as they look at their competition. So I think in the same way as a lot of markets, that having competition is good for the customer. It's good for us developers because we see, we can see different ideas and enhance on those ideas. And I mean, there are very few totally unique, new ideas. A lot of applications, not just in outliners, but in other areas, are where people are seeing an idea and they're improving on it and coming up with a better application. And it's the way things work well. No, I mean the forums serve as a good place for people to make feature requests, and having us respond to them isn't as valuable as I think when there's a discussion between customers on, they might also like to see that feature request, or hey, that's a good idea. How about if it was a little bit more like this? It's certainly not. We don't try to ignore feature requests on the forums. If we can't respond, it's usually because there really are just a lot of feature requests. When we're going through to work on what features we'll add in the next release, one of our references is looking at the forums and going through the requests that people have made, and looking for where there's more than just like one customer looking for it. There's a good discussion on how they might use it. So I think it's mainly that we just can't respond to every feature request as it's posted. I think we probably do. There's a good number of posts, but not that many. It doesn't take that long to browse through the posts and see what people are asking for. And and certainly sometimes the request will respond to a feature request because there's something unusual about it that might pique our interest, or we might have had a follow-on question or that type